The domed city colony of Karkar was utterly silent. It had been 3 weeks since anybody had entered the hangar. It was only an automated city droid that had sent out a distress signal. Bug Infestation, species Zenografs, quarantine level 10. The Federation had sent a cruiser to blow the dome and let the harsh vacuum of space take care of the bugs. Captain Grahad was hesitating. He could see the life-form signals down below, and he knew that action was going to kill everything civilian and hopefully bugs alike. The bridge was deadly quiet as they all knew the consequences of the action they were about to take. He took a deep breath and was about to relay the order when his second-in-command called out. Incoming message from the Federation. They are pausing the destruction order. They are sending experts to investigate and deal with the problem. He turned to Shim. Experts? In big bugs? Who are they sending? Humans apparently. They exchanged glances, both confused. The rest of the crew had mixed reactions. Some were chuckling, others were groaning, and the ensign was confusingly asking, "What? What's the joke?" Grahad turned to the ensign. Humans are a special case, not the smartest or strongest. Hell, they are pretty average except for 3 points. They are stupidly brave idiots. They will attempt anything dangerous, and they will try to feck anything that vaguely resembles them. The worst part is they are damn good at all three. Crazy bastards. There were light chuckles from some of the crew as the ensign blushed, as she wondered what humans looked like and if she vaguely resembles them. The navigator next to her leaned over to her. "You know what they call us?" She shook her head. "Sexy red panda elves? We might get lucky." A few rather crude jokes raised the mood of the bridge as they were being shared around. Captain Grahad let them have their fun. After all, they had almost just blown up a colony of civilians. Soon the signal arrived that the humans were dropping out of hyperspace. All looked out to see the human ship appear. It was not anything like they expected. It had a main hull about 500 meters long with a smaller outrigger hull on either side, which were likely hangars. As it glided into view, it quite was impressive and reminiscent of a dreadnought designed to break blockades. "They are hailing us, Captain." Grahad nodded and the human bridge came into view. It was clean and clearly following military standards, though none of the humans were in uniform. Next to the apparent human captain was a security officer he recognized. "Vara? What are you doing here?" "Hello, brother," Vara smirked at him. "I'm here as an observer. Captain Elizabeth Weir is taking over the operation. We need to go down there and gather intel. Please send over everything you have. I will drop over later today." "You're not going down there, right?" The human captain smiled. "No, she is not. We are sending down one of our best. Sergeant Malcolm Reynolds and his crew. We are not allowing any pencil pusher to join us." She turns to Vara. "No disrespect, sir." Before turning back to Grahad and continuing as if nothing had been said. "If you want an observer, down on the ground, it will have to be someone combat trained with nerves of steel." Harad was stunned for a moment but saw his sister smile and he relaxed. This human was clearly living up to their reputation. "I believe we will be satisfied just observing the feat, Captain." The human captain smirked at the expected answer and then nodded. "No problem, Captain, we will keep you informed. Over and out." The signal was cut and Grahad looked at his crew as he sat down. "Humans?" Jack McLeod climbed into the dropship, catching Malcolm's unimpressed stare. "Seriously?" Malcolm muttered, shaking his head as Jack took a seat. Jack shrugged, unapologetic. Who could blame him? That Nalos woman had been standing right there, tall, radiant, and distractingly gorgeous. "Eyes up, shit for brains," Malcolm snapped. "You can ask for her number after we survive this." Jack put his game face on as he turned to Malcolm, holding his helmet in his hand. The armor they wore was light but still somewhat bulky. He hoped he didn't have to squeeze into any tight places. "Great, so this is a 3-pronged assault. But you and your team got the fun job. Make your way to the life support area and gas the station on my mark and we will fumigate the bastards. On the way, exterminate as many as you can. Better that they run into your guns than the rescue teams. Sarah, you're on search and rescue. You got as much time as Dutch can give you." Sarah grinned at the big muscular college. "Walk, don't run. I need as much time as possible." Dutch and his team just grinned and started to check their rather large guns. Malcolm then turned his attention towards the 3 that were left. "Harrigan, Vasquez, and Jack. Head to the storage area. Your job is to gather intel. Find out how these bugs got here. Expect a lot of bugs, but I have a feeling most will be drawn to the noise Dutch and his crazy team will make." They all looked at Dutch and his 5-man team. "We can share if you guys want to?" "Hell no, you can hug all the bugs." Harrigan turned back to Malcolm. "Who's the backup team?" "Rico." "Rico? God damn it. What are they expecting down there? It's just Zenografs, right? They have been here for 2 weeks with no attempt to evacuate. Worst case scenario, we are talking about 26,000 and God knows how many kissers. So be careful. Well, at least it's not the Xenos. There was a short silence as they all agreed. The damn bugs that started this whole company had been exterminated for about 100 years now, but they all know what Grandma Ripley had fought with her partner. Dutch tried to lighten the mood as he playfully hit Jack's knee. Don't worry, these Zenografs are the retarded nephew of the Xenos. Just don't kiss them or you might get some indigestion. At that, they all started to laugh as the dropship made its way towards the colony. Several drone evac ships followed them to help with the evacuation but would not land before they got the all-clear signal. The dropship entered the hangar and they got a first look at the damage. Inside the dropship they were all mentally preparing to the tune of, "Loving you is a dirty job, but somebody got to do it." Malcolm closed the door to the cockpit to block some of the rather bad singing. It was their strange ritual, but if his crew liked it then that's what they would do. The ship touched down and he looked around at the empty hangar. The scanner showed signs of life in the room, but only the emergency lighting was on. The dim red glow left lots of dark corners to hide in. He gave the signal and Dutch opened the hatch, singing, "It's the land of the free and easy." As the whole crew replied, "It's the home of the damned." Malcolm kept an eye on the scanner and there was no movement. The area appeared empty. His crew sang with horrible voices as they set up the perimeter with alert eyes. The song stopped suddenly as they found the first victim, the rotten corpse of a male Nalo, his gut burst open from the inside and his legs half-eaten. Carlos ran over and did a quick scan of the body. About a week old, I would guess. But this isn't right, it's not a Zenografs. Look at the size of the hole. The Zenografs are smaller when they come out. We need more intel ASAP. Malcolm came out of the ship and made his way over to the dead body, as everybody was waiting, anticipating a possible change of orders. He looked at the scans and then over to Harrigan. "Get to the command center and hack the system. Dutch, bring the whole cart of fumigants. We don't know what we are dealing with." Dutch cursed as they went to get the whole cart of chemicals and started to load them up in backpacks. This would set them back a few minutes. Malcolm looked at Sarah. "Well, your jobs are the same, but we put them in cryo on the evac ships." She nodded and her 9-man crew moved out. Harrigan looked at his 2-man crew and just started following Sarah. Behind them, they could hear Malcolm chewing out Curtis for not manning the ship's turret. Jack was getting nervous as he walked down the eerie hallway with his team. There was silence except for the sound of their footsteps. The hallways were empty with no sign of combat, at least for the first 100 meters. The halls were dim, so he turned his display to highlight bio signs. Then they soon found 7 other corpses. Jack looked at the heads-up display on his helmet. As a written order came to switch to silent mode and turn to channel 3. He pressed the button and turned to the channel. "Do you see this? 7 corpses seem to be stuck together with some sort of web. Gary, take a sample." Jack watched as Sarah's team started to work and then Harrigan looked at him and waved him along. "Channel 4, Jack, let them work, we got our job." "Aye, sir." He turned to their channel and moved after his 2 teammates. "I would have thought the station would be more, alien. This looks just like Saturn V. What did you expect? They are our size and shape. This is simply the most practical way of building things." Vasquez found his comment funny. They moved forward with their weapons raised and ready. None of them wanted to be surprised. "I don't know, well, I guess you're right. They do resemble us." Harrigan chuckled. "You seemed pretty taken by them." "He just wants to find out how similar they are," Vasquez replied. "Don't give me that. You want to find out too. You might even force yourself on one of them if nobody volunteers as a test subject." Jack checked around a corner and stopped. There was something different about 15 meters in front of him. He raised his fist as he aimed his gun at the thing. It was in the dark and a clear bio sign came from it. Harrigan quietly lined up next to him as Vasquez covered their back. "We got a bio sign down here. It's not moving." Harrigan called in, and they quickly received a reply from a voice they didn't recognize. "We read it. Can you light it up?" Jack and Harrigan looked quickly at each other as they realized something was wrong. "Who are we talking to and what exactly do you mean by light it up?" "Shoot it?" "Oh, this is Captain Grawhead and I meant to put more light on it." "Don't shoot unless you are sure it's hostile." "Affirmative, sir, just out of curiosity." "Just how much have you heard?" Harrigan gave Jack a nod, and they both got ready to turn on the light to blind whatever was in front of them. "We have all been listening in since you landed." Vasquez cursed as the flashlight got turned on, and a large decorative plant that was shaped into the form of a Nalo came into view. Harrigan tried to hide a laugh as he looked at the plant. False alarm, and I'm sorry, sir, for my teammate. She was just joking. It's just friendly banter to keep morale up. Just banter and not serious. I know a few of my crewmates that will be greatly disappointed now. Oh yes. Vasquez confidently struck a pose. Jack and Harrigan just shook their heads and started to move forward. Suddenly, they heard gunfire in the distance as Dutch announced into the open channel. I found some bugs. They are just Zenografs on steroids. I've got Hawkins gathering a sample now. Sarah came on the open channel as well. We saw movement heading your way, Dutch, about 50 hostiles. Have fun. And you're right. They are bigger. Must be something they ate. Harrigan replied, by ate, do you mean Nalos? No, they have steroids in the web. These bugs have been altered. Jack listened quietly as they made their way to what should be the control room. The door was ajar with a dead body stopping it from closing. Harrigan gave him the signal, and he moved in and stood face to face with a Zenograf chewing on a dead Nalo. The bug looked like a black, oily 6-foot-tall grasshopper standing on its hind legs. It had 4 clawed arms, whereas the 2 highest had something that could resemble fingers. He didn't give it time to react as he shot it with a short burst. Each bullet hit the chest and exploded the moment it hit organic material. The Zenografs tilted its head slightly and staggered a step towards him as Harrigan put a bullet in its head. Always finish the job. Pop the head unless you got Dutch's big fecking gun. Harrigan moved past him and tried to log in on the terminal. Secure the door. I have a feeling we're going to be here a while. Jack and Vasquez cleared the door, locked themselves inside and scanned the bodies. The poor dead bastard in the door was infested. They put a bullet in his chest to kill the larva, then they covered both of them up and started to check the room for vents and hidden bugs, not finding any. Harrigan had already logged in. Okay, it looks like we are in. I see the problem. The black box connection and upload cable are destroyed. Someone has to go into the cable shaft and fix it. They both looked at Jack as he cursed. You are the engineer after all? Vasquez found the panel door to the cable shaft and Jack shook his head. It's not that. My armor is too big and I have to strip down to my shorts. Then I have to pray the tunnel is empty. I can't even take a rifle, only my pistol. He started to remove his armor and pulled the earpiece from his pack and put it on. At least it got a light attached. Imagine having to climb down into a dark place filled with monsters holding a flashlight. He preferred a pistol instead. Then he grabbed his light tool bag and looked into the vent, turning on the flashlight. Fuck. I hate this. HQ. I need somebody who knows the layout to guide me. I'll be on channel 6. Jack holstered his pistol and a few extra clips, put the pad on his wrist and tool bag on his belt before reluctantly climbing into the cable shaft. Hello? I was told to help you. A soft feminine voice filled his ear and he stopped for a second. AI or human? I don't understand. I'm not human or AI. I'm Ensign Zula. Captain Graham told me to help guide you through the shaft and help you. Jack smiled to himself as he slowly continued to move through the small shaft. I'm sorry, I'm Jack McLeod and yes, I need your help. I can't read Nalos. Is your helmet malfunctioning? I don't think I can help with human tech. No, I'm in the cable shafts. The helmet will just be in the way, so I need your help. Okay, we were in the western control room near the hangar area. I have you on screen. I'm reading your position. You need to go 10 meters straight, then there is a shaft going down. Climb down to the bottom. There is a box you need to check. Ah, thank you. Pity I can't bring the motion tracker from my helmet with me. I have no idea if I'm alone in here. Zula didn't know what to say. She was speaking with a human who was risking his life, and he didn't seem scared at all. Well, if it's so tight, then the Zenografs shouldn't be able to get in there, right? You should be safe. If I only was so lucky. Zenografs is their last stage. First it's the egg stage. Those eggs are about 30 centimeters long. They release a kisser when they crack. It's a small flying bastard. Looks like a shaved bat with claws on their wing and a big dick. I mean a big tail that holds the actual egg of the Zenografs. They insert those eggs in any opening they can manage and then just die. The Zenografs then grows inside you until it's 30 centimeter long and then it bursts out of your stomach. By that time you're already dead, so you won't feel anything. He stopped and looked down the shaft. He didn't see or hear anything, but he still had a bad feeling about this. How deep is this shaft? Zula had been momentarily distracted, listening to his voice. She had pulled his records and had been staring at his picture. Mine? I mean shaft, yes. 36 meters. She was blushing now and her colleague grinned at her. 36 meters, I see 3 holes. I'm guessing not important for us now? In a mostly redundant system, if the main gets operational, then you don't have to go step by step to fix the redundancy. Okay, not the hole I want to go down in today, but here we go. Jack smirked as he could hear her breath getting heavier. So, what do you humans do for fun? I never met one before. Zula tried her best to stay calm. Jack was climbing down slowly and was thinking of a smooth way to answer her question, but when he peeked into the first side shaft, he cursed. Fuck. Zula coughed in shock and everybody on the bridge looked at her. Captain Grawhead quickly turned to listen into their channel. Kiss her, damn it. Let's see. Does star, circle, square, half circle towards square mean anything? Jack whispered as quietly as he could. Zula had to think for a second. Entertainment. Why? Several shots suddenly rang out and everybody jumped at the sound. McLeod. McLeod, are you okay? Captain Grawhead came over to Zula's desk and she stared at the screen. Yeah, I'm okay. But they won't be watching any movies in a while. God damn it, I can see some eggs, I've got to crush them. Be right back. Jack switched to the main channel. Hey, quick question, is their blood dangerous? I got some on me. Dutch replied between the salvos of fire. Nah, just don't drink any. It might give you diarrhea. How's it going? Oh, I'm inside the cable shaft shooting kissers trying to get the system back online. What about you guys? I'm 500 from the life support. Looks like they have set up camp in the park, so it's not too bad. What about you, Sarah? We got about 100 that we are escorting back and there are no runaways, so this is easy. Guess I lucked out. Ah, fucking coming. Jack sighed and turned back to channel 6. Okay, I'm back. He crushed the eggs he saw and returned to the shaft. You got to let me know which one is the important ones so I don't shoot the hubs. Zula let out a relieved breath, and the captain walked away, turning his attention to the main operation and Sarah's ambush. I will. The next two are essential, and the last two are semi-essential but not for the missions. So how did the eggs get in there? Fuck, there is one in here. Jack stopped and looked around the shaft, then checked his mag. He reloaded and started to move slowly downwards. What? One in there? With you. Zula was getting scared now and had a hard time breathing. Jack could hear it. Hey, easy now, I don't die that easy. Beside, I didn't answer what I like to do. Zula bites her lips as she hoped he had. Mum, so what do you like to do? Pho. I mean, I like dancing and polite conversa. Fuck, die, you bastard. Then several shots rang out. Jack had tried to keep himself and Zula calm as he climbed downwards, but he saw the Zenografs coming out from the side shaft. It quickly climbed up to attack him. He reacted by dropping himself down on the bastard, using his left arm with its pad to protect him. The bug bit into and they both tumbled down to the bottom. Jack was lucky and landed on top of it and pushed the pistol right to his head as he screamed and pulled the trigger.